We on blacks?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You in there?
Okay, introduce yourself. Okay, look. For everybody that's tuned in, if you haven't been following the story, Asia Maynard, we believe she was murdered. We believe there was foul play with her case that's going on. And her sister, Tiara Maynard, is here. And we just trying to shed some light on this situation because as the family does, I feel like and a lot of us feel like there's foul play going on and something fishy going on. So I thank you for coming on here, Tiara. Uh I wanted to ask you what one of the things I wanted to ask you was there's quite a few questions I want to ask you, but one of the things I wanted to ask you because it's been on my mind was who called 911? Who made the 911 call?
That's a good question. Like I said, I don't even know. I don't even know that. They didn't give me much information. So I don't even know that.
Because like me and my bro was speaking and talking about that's one of the main things, one of the main issues going on. Who actually called 911? Who was actually there with her? And another thing is, do you know like the area that this took place in? Do you know what type of area it is?
No, they
Like
they told me that they can't give us that. They can't give us that information because the case is still open.
because the case is still open.
Hmm.
Okay. They haven't made any type of arrest?
No, he was never a person of interest. He never went down for a 24-hour investigation. None of that.
Hmm. And see, that's kind of that's kind of fishy there because to my understanding, the medical examiner, then made a conclusion as to your sister's death was due to natural causes, right?
Well, not the coroner. The detective told me it was natural causes. So I don't know where he got his information from, but that's what he had told me and my family, that she died of natural causes.
And to my knowledge, there was blood by her body.
No, well, when we went to, okay, so she died Saturday morning. I didn't know until Sunday. That's because I made the missing person report. And by the time I called Detective Rowley, and I called the coroner, she had already had an autopsy done, and she had already had an autopsy done, so her body was already ready for pickup by the time
See,
we knew she was, passed away.
and that's too quick
Right.
because you can't make exact findings in an autopsy that quick. No, you have to be able to do a toxicology report to see if any type of chemicals was in her body because she could have been drugged or
Mhm.
anything. Now,
Mhm.
I was I was I was up under the impression that she had hemorrhaging in her eyes or blood coming out her ear.
Well, when we went to go view the body, because that's the only way. Because when we tried to call the coroner, they said that we couldn't go down there to make sure that was her. We couldn't go down there to identify the body. So they said we would have to call a funeral home to pick her up, and then we'll be able to go view her and do all that. So that's what we did.
And
So
see,
when the funeral got her, we
mhm.
we made it to the funeral home. We were able to view her, look at her, and when we viewed her, she had like blood in her eyes, like right here. and blood in her ears.
Okay, and see that's consistent with like hemorrhaging on the brain, like some type of trauma. Because if you die of natural causes, then the only thing I could think of would be some type of like brain aneurysm. And I never heard of anybody bleeding out the ears or the eyes. And then on top of that, you're her sister, so you know better than anybody else what her health was like. And you stated
Exactly.
that her health, she was healthy, correct?
Yes, very healthy.
So that right there in itself is fishy, along with the autopsy that was done too fast. Now,
Right.
another thing is this guy that she was dating, is he from Independence, Missouri, or Kansas City, Missouri?
They said that he's from Overland Park, Kansas, but he lied to my sister and said he was from Florida.
Mm,
He wasn't on any type of, any type of, if your intentions was not bad, why would you have to lie about your name and where you from? Why would you have to lie about that?
exactly, exactly.
Because he told her his name was Elijah, but his name is Isaiah.
And right now, my bro, he's doing I have someone that's doing like running extensive background check on him right now, you know. And I believe he had strong police ties too, which is fishy.
Exactly.
And yeah, so that's being evasive right there in itself. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he hasn't, you know, he didn't give the correct name. He wanted to, you know, be up under a false name, under false
Right.
pretense. And you know, do you know if she was this was her first time dating him or she had been dating
Yes, it
him?
was. She met him Wednesday, and they met at like the liquor store or gas station. It was one of those.
Mm,
And they met and they went from there. They were supposed to go on a date and get to know each other, and she never came home after that. So
mm. I'm sorry to hear that. Did she and she contacted you through text or
no, she called me on the phone. This is before she met up with him. She called me on the phone.
did she
Hey
sound like she
sister,
was
what you
nervous?
doing? Hey sister, what you doing? I was just letting you know I'm about to go on a date, with the guy I told you I met. And I said, well,
Mhm,
just be safe, you gotta just be careful, just be safe. And she's like, it's okay. I will. And
mm,
she's like, matter of fact, once I'm done, I'm gonna call you. If I don't call you, I'm gonna come over Saturday. Me and my
mhm,
daughter gonna come over Saturday. I said, okay. I never heard from her after that.
mm, mm. And you guys are from Kansas City, correct?
Yes, Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay, and you stated that you don't really know what type of area this happened in. Like, was this his apartment where he resided, or he just you don't know none of the specifics?
I don't know none of the specifics. I asked the detective that, he couldn't give me none of that information.
Okay, yeah, because like right at this point, you guys need to try to. I don't know if you have already, but you need to try to get the autopsy report along with the
Hmm.
police report to find out the specifics because he could have been working with someone or he could have been with someone else could have been with him or you know
Hmm.
because nobody knows but it's very suspicious and foul that she had blood coming out her ear, she had blood in her ear and her eyes. And did she they someone was stating that she had fentanyl pills in
Yes,
her
that's
pocket,
what.
do you know?
Okay, because like I said, other people have been reaching out to me and saying that, this is not only happened to my sister, but this happened to six other people that it has happened to, but he hasn't got in trouble. They didn't went as far as and reaching out to Channel 4 News, and even going down to the police department and making and filing charges, but nothing was ever done.
Mm. And that's where the strong ties with the police department comes in at.
Right.
And do you guys have any access to her phone?
Nope. And you know what's crazy? what I found that was real strange and crazy, all her belongings was in her car. Her phone, her keys. I'm like, well, who? If you're on a date with somebody, and if say for example, if y'all did go to his house or whatever, who's going to be in their right mind to leave all their belongings in the car, as far as like your keys, your purse, your phone? You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make any sense. And then not only that, her daughter was telling me that like mom called me before, when
Mm-hmm.
she was out. So if she was out, how did her phone end up back in the car if she had her phone?
Exactly. And another thing is this: if she contacted you and called you and was letting you know like her whereabouts and what was going on, she would have always kept her phone with her anyway,
Exactly.
just in
Exactly.
case something was going on.
Exactly.
Now, yeah. People in the chat are asking, which I believe the family did, you guys did. They were asking, did you guys gonna do have an independent autopsy done?
Yes, that's why we're trying to we got to GoFundMe, but that's why we're trying to raise money so we could get a lawyer and a private investigator and another autopsy done.
Okay, okay. And that GoFundMe, we had did a little segment, little show last night, and we had put the GoFundMe out there. The GoFundMe is up now for anybody who wants to donate to the family. Here's the link right here up on the board, and you can share it as well. So another thing, so here's one of the things too that I was thinking. She has fentanyl in her pocket. That means, and he hasn't been arrested, and this is his apartment.
Mm-hmm.
It seems as if the police would want to definitely question him, definitely interrogate him and find out more, because this seems like it should be a homicide investigation and
Right.
not just a natural cause death. Furthermore, she wasn't on any type of drugs or anything like that, right?
Right. Correct. But you know what
So,
I asked the detective Riley, was there any drugs or liquor involved? I know my sister drinks. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
Because when she go out, she have her little drink, and that's that. But as far as like drugs and pills, and I didn't know she did none of that. Like, and I know my sister. She's my youngest sister. I'm older than her, and we
okay,
very close. So
okay,
I never knew of her doing that.
okay,
But when I asked Detective Raleigh, he said there was none of that involved. So if you're telling me there's none of that involved, but his story, he's saying something different. He's
right,
saying that
right,
she brought her own drugs, and he was telling her to slow down. She's like, I got this, I'm grown or whatever. And she told him that she didn't feel good, and she laid down, and then he checked to see if she was okay, and he said she didn't have no pulse, and she had some drugs in her bag. But I'm
mm,
like, so if this was the case, why didn't Detective Raleigh explain this to the family if that was the case?
exactly.
His story and the detective story is not adding up.
It's inconsistent, and if that was the case, that would definitely that would definitely be something that they would check for in an autopsy.
Right.
And then even still, with all of that he said, you still have to question, what is the blood doing coming out her ear and her eyes?
Exactly.
So was there any type of trauma that was done to the body, her face, anywhere that you know of?
My grandma took pictures. When she did take some pictures, we did see like scratch marks on her neck, and
Mm,
she had like a bruise like on her leg, and that's the only thing we seen.
Did they check? Well, I don't know if your grandma did, but under her fingernails to see if she had scratched and maybe had his
You know
DNA up
what? We
under there
didn't even
or
think to
anyone.
we didn't even think to look at her
Right, right.
fingernails, but some of her fingernails was broken. So
Oh, she was definitely, that's a struggle.
Yeah, like she had fake nails on and some of her nails was broken. So I'm not for sure.
And if anybody knows and they're familiar with fake nails, a lot of times they're hard to come off unless you actually doing some type of activity that could just snatch them
Mm-hmm.
off or
Exactly.
whatever. So was it when they came off, was they jagged or was they just,
Um, some of them was jagged because I believe it was about like three nails that was broke. It
mm,
was two. It was two on one finger, and it was one on the other finger.
mm. Oh yes, oh yes. This is sounding like a complete struggle right there. She both hands. They should have checked him too and photographed him too, especially with him being a Caucasian male. They should have checked him for marks because they're gonna bruise easily and
Exactly.
everything. And I don't know if they've done that yet, but that's something the family needs to find out. That's why obtaining a police report
Well,
is
we try
very
to get the
crucial.
police report. They won't give it to us because they said the case is still open. They won't give us no information. We can't get no report, none of that. So we're gonna have to get a lawyer.
Mm,
So yeah, we can't up. We didn't already tried to go down there and get the police report. We didn't try to get information of where she was found. They won't give us none of that.
that's highly illegal right there. That's foul.
Mm-hmm.
That's obstruction of justice. It's illegal. That's obtaining a police report is your right. You have a right to obtain the police report,
Right.
especially when something of this nature has happened.
Mm-hmm.
By them even telling you that you cannot obtain the police report, this is like a fear tactic that police agencies use across America to instill
Mm-hmm.
fear within families and people to deter you and stop you from trying to seek justice from your family member.
Right.
Which brings me to this question. The police, the Kansas City, Missouri police had told you guys that if you kept trying to seek justice or go that route, they was gonna file harassment charges.
No, no, no. What happened was the guy who was with my sister filed harassment charges against us.
Mm. Now that's strange in itself because has he even reached out to you guys?
Nope.
He hasn't even tried to clarify nothing, anything.
Nope.
Mm. And you the family, you guys may have to get like a private investigator or someone or the attorney where you can actually get the phone records and track her movements.
Mm-hmm. That's what we trying to do. We trying to get a attorney so we can know, like, get her phone maybe, because we've been trying to get in her phone and we don't know. We don't know. It's been a struggle. We don't know her her Google. We try to get another phone and try to get in her Google, and that wasn't a success. So I'm like, we might have to just get an attorney.
What about her Instagram or her Facebook?
Her daughter has, so my sister has two phones. She has an iPhone and she has an Android. Her
Mm-hmm.
daughter has one of her phones, but it's linked to her it is linked to her Facebook. So
Mm.
we can
Okay.
access her Facebook, but I don't know about the Google Mail and all that.
Okay. Because you could definitely recover all of that information and follow those tracks because everything is being tracked every second, every moment of the day. And someone in the chat said if you know the address where she was found, you could ask for present and previous reports on that address. That's public record.
Mm, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, see, and we don't even know that. They won't give us that either.
Mm.
So it's
Yeah.
like
This
we,
is this this is a cover up. This is you
yeah,
dealing with
most
a
definitely.
yeah you dealing with a crooked police department and
Yep. I have heard that too. Someone reached out to me and was like, Kansas City Police Department is really crooked, and they be
Yeah.
doing a lot of bad stuff.
Yes.
So
And then this is one of them because this is definitely a cover up. One, no way should the autopsy been done that quick. Two, they're withholding information. They're keeping
mm-hmm.
everything from you guys.
Right.
They're trying to send you in this direction when you should be going this direction.
Right. And then they had told us too. The only thing they told us was, well, the last time we known that she was alive was at 1 a.m. on Saturday. But
Mm.
the police wasn't called until 9. They didn't get there until 9:15.
See, and he's the one who called the police.
They didn't tell me
Allegedly.
that. They didn't tell
Mm.
me who's the one that. They didn't tell me that.
See, that's one of the things I would like to know. Who actually called the police? Because it's not like they just found out, you know,
Mm-hmm.
by themselves, like they just had mental telepathy or something. It was like, okay, there's a deceased person in this apartment
Right.
or whatever, unless somebody happened to walk by, a door was open or something looked strange.
Right.
One of the reasons I asked you, did you know the area? Because I just want to know, was this an area where there's prostitution going on or drugs going on, or was this an area that's secluded by
Mm-hmm.
trees or something, especially with this happening in the past with him?
Right.
You know, this could have been somewhere where he's taken other women
People.
and something
Mm-hmm.
happened too. So
Exactly.
this is why I was asking, and them not giving you the address makes it more difficult, and it shines light, and it just screams cover up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Agree.
one of the things that and not only your family, but me myself and my partner will try to locate that address for you.
I
We
definitely appreciate it because,
yeah, we
like I
pretty
said,
good at that.
we definitely been trying to get the address of exactly where she was, because they saying that he lives in Independence. See, and
And how far is that from Kansas City?
Independence is like maybe like 20 minutes away.
So that's not far if you jump on the highway.
Mm-mm.
So he and I heard he lived in Independence. I also heard he went to high school there, and there was a
Mm-hmm.
couple of people that stated that they went to high school with him and
Mm-hmm.
that he had done this before, which he should be being investigated anyway.
Right.
He should be being investigated. And do you know if he was? Do you know what his occupation is? If he was an ex-policeman, we're gonna find that out too.
I don't even know.
We've been on
I don't.
that too.
All I know is someone had reached out to me and said that his family have lots of money,
Mm,
and I guess his family owns some of the plaza of Kansas City,
mm-hmm.
the JC Nickel or whatever it's called
And
down
see, we
here.
figured that. We talked about this yesterday, and me and my partner, and we figured that too. So now it's shedding some light on the situation. You know, you have police ties, money. You those two elements right there, you could always cover up a case.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm leaning towards that he may be related to somebody, to a higher up official that's one of, you know, some type of police official or something, just not like a
Mm-hmm.
regular officer. Because
Right.
if this is going on and he hasn't been charged, people's making reports, they're not bringing this to court or anything like that, then yeah,
Oh
he
yeah.
he
So then, and you know what's crazy? My thing is, so you can relate to, or you can bring up, well, we're hearing that your guys is making threats and and harassment. This is what Detective Raleigh telling us, and I'm not gonna lie. I caught an attitude. I went off. I'm like, so you can be concerned
by right.
about somebody threatening him. Hold up. You can be feeling some type of way or trying to come down on us because somebody threatening him. But my sister's not even living. She can't even walk around here no more. She can't even see her kids. You know
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying? So you
right,
want to sit up here and bring that? I said I don't care to hear that. I said good that he's getting threats. I don't care about that. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I don't care.
right. And don't let them intimidate you either, because that's one of the tactics that they use. Don't, just use your head still.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put yourself in a situation to where they have full control, but at
Right.
the same time, don't let them intimidate you, because this is what they do to
Right.
black families, and especially black women. They feel that they can walk all over and step on you and intimidate you. So and just from what you told me, he sounds like he's a crooked detective. He's been doing this for years. He's gonna be hard to work with, and I'm
He is
saying
hard to
any
work with, and it seemed
yes.
like every time we asking him something, it's like rushy, trying to rush us off the phone, and
Hmm.
really like kind of like on his side about some stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done even talking to you at this point. Who's your boss? Because I don't even want to talk to you no more.
Right. And when dealing with these peoples, you have to understand that it's not like a regular job, like how you just said, who's your boss? Because
Mm-hmm.
the higher it go, the more problems there is. The more the cover up gets deeper and deeper, because
Mm-hmm.
they're all in cahoots with each other. And I'm
Right.
pretty sure that the Kansas City Police Department and the Independence Police Department is in cahoots with each other. And you said that his family owns businesses such as the Crown Plaza. They have big money, so they all tied in with one another.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna find out about all of that. This is they gonna be mad in a second.
Yeah. And then here soon we're supposed to be protesting. I'm gonna know by today. We're supposed to be protesting down here
Okay,
also. So we're gonna I'm gonna know. I have a meeting at 4 o'clock, and I'm gonna know about that also.
okay. That's good. Where you guys protesting at? Like in by the
We're,
police station or
yeah,
just
we're gonna protest in front of the headquarters of the police department.
okay. And let me ask this question. Was so this was in fact on the news, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what you can do, contact the news stations and ask them the address.
Hmm. Okay.
Contact them and ask them the address where this happened, because they'll keep going to that address and broadcasting from there. They know.
Yeah.
So ask them.
I did. You know what I did? Because I was on the news. I had another interview with the news.
Hmm.
Channel 4 News yesterday, and she did ask me, "Do I know the location?" I told her I didn't know, but whenever she did the news, when she aired the news, she did it in front of the police
See,
headquarters because I
okay.
guess they didn't know where the address was at either.
And see, that's highly strange right there, because
Hmm.
they're usually in front of, if any type of crime or anything happens, they're usually in front right there,
Right.
broadcast from there.
Hmm.
So that right there, for a newscaster to reach out and ask where's the location is, that tells you right there that they're trying to cover up something.
Hmm.
But keep working with her if you can, if at all possible,
Hmm.
and retrieve that address, because that's vital. That's
Yep.
vital. We don't need them trying to switch locations,
Right.
because by everything being in that car, all of her personal belongings, something could have took place in that car, and her body could have just been transferred from the
To the,
car to
to the
that
house.
apartment.
Exactly. Exactly. That's true.
And he could have very well been using that apartment for the things that he do. No one's residing there or whatever. And if it's in apartments, I'm pretty sure that somebody has seen him. Did we lose her?
Yeah, it looked like maybe her connection dropped, but if so,
I
you
believe
wanna
she.
send her a text, or does she have the link already?
Let me see. Yeah, she
Okay,
has the link. Oh, she has. Yeah, she has the link to get back in. Let me
okay,
uh. Let me see. Hold on.
okay. All right, fam. So I guess I'll hold court a little bit until bro comes back. There was a very interesting tie that came in. One of the first things that I wanted to find out was, and salute to everybody that's here. Thank y'all. I tried to pin in the description the GoFundMe. So I'll just have to place it sporadically here for you guys. But if you have something extra and you can, like, please help support their cause, so we can help them press the line. Um,
Yeah, I let
so
her know.
okay,
Yeah. This what we spoke on yesterday. She just confirmed it.
yeah, yep, hmm almost
She
everything.
almost everything. She confirmed it, and like I was saying,
I don't know what happened with my phone. It just cut out. That was weird.
yeah, this type of this is what happens when you speak in truth. That the
I
phone
can't
cut
hear
out.
you. I don't know why I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear myself, sister?
Can you hear now?
Um,
Mm-mm.
Try to refresh your stream, like refresh it. Um,
Hold on.
Still in beta.
Mhm.
Stream your highs. Um,
Hmm. I apologize for this, everybody, but we all know what happens when you're trying to seek justice for someone or for yourself. The connections be lost. They start messing with the programs and everything. So, can everyone in the chat here?
okay, there's sister go.
Okay, I can hear now.
You can hear now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Good. 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 That's good. That's good. Yeah, they get to messing around, and they ain't gonna be able to they ain't gonna be able to stop this though.
Right.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be able to stop this. And yeah, when you guys is at when you protesting
Mm-hmm.
and you at that police station, emotions is gonna run high, and you may drop a lot of tears, you may drop no tears, depending on how you feel. If you're feeling sad or angry, but whatever you do, kind of like keep your cool, so you could, if you want to ask questions and figure out something, so you'll be able to do that. Because right
Mm-hmm.
now it's highly important that you get all the information that you can, because they gonna
Right.
try to do what they this is what they do every day. So they gonna try to throw all type of monkey wrenches in the program,
Mm-hmm.
and they gonna keep using fear tactics.
Right.
They gonna come at you with, we're gonna arrest you, and we're gonna charge you, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that,
Mm-hmm.
to get you to not, but
Right.
to get you to not seek justice. But you have to seek justice. This is your loved one. This is your
Right.
family member. This is a natural response to something that goes on like this. For
Mm-hmm.
anybody to tell you not to is crazy.
Right.
So don't keep make sure you know make sure that you keep seeking justice, and try
Mm-hmm.
to remain. I know it's hard during this time. I know it is. You know, especially you look at your sister's children and everything. They
Mm-hmm.
want their mother. Everyone lost a family member. So just try to remain. You know, try to stay focused at hand. But
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, don't let them intimidate you.
Right.
Don't let them intimidate you. But yeah, this is definitely, in my eyes, a cover up.
I agree.
There's
I
nothing
definitely
else.
agree.
Yes, there's nothing else. There's no. I feel like, or I think like, no, because there's certain steps you take. If this was natural causes, you would have had the
Right.
police report. They would have been willing. They would have willingly gave you everything because there would be nothing to hide.
Right.
When there's
And
something to hide, they hold
but
back.
but you know what? I feel like too, like if it was natural causes, why would they need to do an autopsy if it's natural causes?
Exactly. Exactly. And another
That don't
thing
make
is,
sense.
it don't make sense, especially when you have blood coming out the ear.
Right.
That medical examiner, he or she, if you know whom they are, they need to be contacted too.
Yeah, like I
Because
said,
they know.
I have contacted them and I asked them questions, and um he were able to answer some of the questions, and I'm like, so we're she went there and she didn't have no shoes or no socks, and I'm like, so where's her shoes, where's her socks, where's her jacket? That they don't have none of that. I said, so she went to the guy's house and she went over there barefooted.
Did she go in her car or his
She
vehicle?
went in her car.
Have you guys, so you guys don't have access to her vehicle?
No, they towed the vehicle.
There's no
Everything
reason
was
to
in
tow
that.
it.
Everything was in her car. I don't understand how all her belongings got in her car, but her car was towed. I asked him. Another thing I asked too, I said, so why, Detective Riley, why y'all never reached out to us? You know what his excuse was?
What?
She didn't have no updated information. She didn't have no updated information. I said, so you couldn't go to her apartment complex? That's emergency contact on that also. I said, so you couldn't run her
Exactly.
tags? She has 10 tags. She just got her new car. So you couldn't run none of that and get no emergency contact on her period.
Exactly.
That doesn't make
Exactly.
sense to me.
Another thing that doesn't make sense is towing her vehicle. If she died from natural causes and you automatically feel that this is a homicide, then what was your specific reasons? What was your purpose for towing the car?
You know what his excuse was?
What?
Because it was safe that way.
Safe from who or what? That's a cover up. They're taking all the evidence. Now the evidence is contaminated.
That's what
You
I was saying too. I was like, now, because you know what? It was to the point to where, okay, he was like, you guys can go ahead and just go pick up her car because that Monday was President's Day. So he said, you guys can go ahead and pick up her car Tuesday. Then when we go down there and try to pick up her car, we weren't able to pick it up.
mm, and you're still not able to pick it up.
No,
Now the evidence is contaminated. Anything that was
exactly.
inside of the car, the trunk, fingerprints, all of that's contaminated. You
Yep.
don't need none of that. If she died from natural causes, you don't need none of that. So you
No.
should
And
release
that
that
and
to
that's
us
why
immediately.
why he was saying that we can pick it up because he thought that we were going to just go ahead and roll with natural causes. That's the reason why he was saying this is how I feel and this is how I deeply feel, and I'm gonna always go with my intuition. But this is why I feel like he said that because he felt like we wasn't a family that was gonna fight and we were just gonna settle for her the natural causes. So yeah,
Mm,
you guys can go ahead and pick up her car Tuesday. Yeah, go ahead. So then when he seen that we wasn't that family, oh no, don't no, y'all can't go pick her car up.
mm, mm, mm. Everything is just they now. No one has any grounds to even challenge or question the nature of all the personal belongings, the evidence, or nothing, because you didn't get to see at the crime scene. You didn't get to see how things was placed in a car, whatever, where you
Nope.
can be like, well, I know my sister, she wouldn't have did this or she wouldn't have
Right.
did that. That's out of place.
Right.
They completely destroyed all of that.
Nope. Yep. Like I said, I feel like I wouldn't even know my sister was deceased until I did the missing person report, because they didn't try to reach out to us. They didn't try to reach out to us at all.
That's the first thing you do is contact the family. Let's see who the family is to find out what the backstory is,
Right.
what led up to this.
And I said, so y'all couldn't look at her phone? No, we couldn't. We couldn't look at her phone, and we don't have that ability to do that. I'm like, y'all don't have the. I said, I watch too much TV. You telling me y'all don't have the ability to look in somebody's phone?
Oh, they definitely have the ability to do that.
That's what he told me. I started laughing. I said, okay. I said, you
They
want me to believe
definitely
that,
have the
right?
ability.
You want me to believe that, right? I said, okay. All right.
When it's in benefit to them, they definitely have the ability, and they do it, and believe me, they've looked all through her phone.
Yes, they did.
And the reason they looked all through her phone is because so they could wipe anything that'll lead back to them.
Yep.
Wipe away any type of trace, any type of evidence.
Yep.
Because it's gonna leave records. That's what those cell phone towers are for, to track all the movements, all the records at all times of the day and night. And his as well.
Right.
And anybody he may have been in contact with.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So and this is a question I wanted to ask you too. Do you know if he specifically, well, you really don't know too much about him, but
Mm-mm.
do you know specifically if he like young black women, or
Somebody reached out to me and said that he was racist.
that he was racist?
Mm-hmm. They said, I
Mm-hmm.
don't even know what he was doing with your sister anyway, because he's racist. He don't even like black people.
Mm. See, that's why I wanted to ask that. That was one of the reasons that was on my mind, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to ask that.
Yep.
He said this has happened in the past. I just wanted to know, because obviously this is a pattern. So I wanted to know if, okay, is it young black females that he's targeting, or is it just females in general?
Right.
And do you know if any other women that had dealt with him were they Caucasian or any other race, or just specifically black?
I know one was Mexican, but I'm not for sure of the if she was a male or a female.
Mm, mm,
And I know another one was a black guy.
mm,
And them the only ones I know. I'm not for sure about the others.
mm, mm. So you saying he dealt with a Mexican woman?
Yeah, the roommate was the roommate was Hispanic.
So his roommate
But
was
I don't
Hispanic?
know. I'm not for sure if it was a male or a female.
Okay, okay. That's good information to know too.
Yeah.
Mm. That's good information. And like someone said in the chat, he lured her in to his hate crime, which me and my brother, which you seen, his name is Blackson, which you seen on there, we was discussing yesterday, and I
Mm-hmm.
was telling him that many white guys are sadistic and they view black women as toys,
Mm-hmm.
someone they can play with. They
Right.
have these wild sexual fantasies and fetishes,
Mm-hmm.
and when they get the black woman, they carry out their fetishes, and they'll do anything to lure them in, whether it's dealing with financial,
Mm-hmm.
financial wise on a financial level, or drugs, or however they can lure them in. They
Mm-hmm.
carry out their fantasies, and then they kill them.
Right. And another thing too, I asked the coroner if they did a sexual assault kit on her. They said no, because they didn't see any marks on her legs or anything of that sort. But I'm like, well, if If she's in a state to where she can't move or do nothing, it's not gonna
Exactly.
be no type of force between her, like on her thighs or nothing. Why would it be force right there? You're
Right,
not gonna
right,
know unless you do the sex kit.
right. And see, they were supposed to do that anyway.
They didn't.
To do that anyway, just for her being with a male, and she
They
came
didn't.
up deceased. And then her fingernails, what you told me earlier, her fingernails being broke, which is consistent with a fight, a struggle. That's one of the reasons that they wouldn't allow no one to get the car, because those fingernails was probably in the car.
Probably so.
So no one's gonna leave all of their belongings. I'm okay. A purse, you know, someone, yeah, you may leave your purse in the car, put it in the trunk, but to leave
Mm-hmm.
your cell phone is gonna be with you because that's your lifeline.
Exactly. Because anything can happen. So
Yeah,
you're not gonna leave your. I know for a fact you're not gonna leave your phone. Not even your keys. Why would you leave your keys in the car?
exactly. Why would you do that? You know, that's out
That
of
don't even
character.
make sense.
It don't make no type of sense. That's out of character. That
Right.
right there should raise alarms, which it did raise alarms in the detective's eyes. They
Right.
just trying to act like it didn't. They're not saying anything because
Right.
this is definitely a cover up.
Right.
This is definitely a cover up.
And that's why I said, yeah, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it
And usually they
definitely
go
doesn't make sense. And I don't know why you
right,
try to make me believe that that was okay, or yeah, that's just, yeah. I feel like we did that because her stuff was safe right there. That no, you could have called the family and we could have came and got her stuff. Y'all didn't want us to see certain stuff, I believe,
right.
and that's what it is. Y'all covering up some stuff,
They
and
covered
that's
up.
what it boils down to.
They covering up a lot because if this is something that can get
It
out,
could have been blood or something in her car. We don't know nothing. We don't know that.
exactly, 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 and that's and the car is the biggest key now in this case. The car is the biggest. The car is the biggest key in this case now. You don't take the evidence.
I think this is great, and thanks for having
You
me.
know, you don't take the
Mhm.
evidence,
Right.
and they've destroyed the evidence. Believe that. You get her any type of clothing, anything, you get that back.
Hmm.
I'm 100% sure that it probably it'd be the same type of clothing, but it'd be something that they went out and purchased,
Right.
or they didn't wash it or whatever. DNA, any type of DNA, blood,
Hmm.
semen, vaginal discharge or whatever, semen from the woman, any type of DNA that could connect this guy to her. They
Right.
done destroyed it.
Yeah. I believe it. I
They done
believe it.
destroyed it. But see, what's ever in the dark,
It's gonna come to light.
exactly, and they can't hide this. They can't
Nope.
hide this for the simple reason they've already they've already lied, so they got to keep covering their tracks by making more lies and more lies, and they already then violated the law by taking
Hmm.
illegal steps, by not trying to allow you and your family to obtain certain information about this case, when in reality the detective should have firsthand contacted you guys, allowed you to come to the crime scene if you wanted
Hmm.
to. A lot of
View
times
her
they
right
like,
then and there. We could have seen her
right,
right then and there.
right, right, right,
But
right.
that didn't happen like that. They had her, like I said, they had her already at the corners and already did autopsy on her. So,
And there's a silent war going on with
hmm,
black women in America. So, the black woman has to be extra careful. You already know what happens to the black men, but the black women, they make it seem like it's this right here, like it's loving and beautiful, when over here it's the thing that happened to your sister.
Right.
And then when you seek justice, you get to find out firsthand how these devils really act.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I enjoy talking to you. You know, I enjoy getting information, and like I said, you know, we gonna stay on this and help seek justice for your
Mm-hmm.
sister Asia and for you guys as well. And we're gonna try. You know, we the background check on him. We gonna keep
Mm-hmm.
doing it. You
Okay.
know, we gonna keep
And
doing
I
that.
appreciate you again for for
Yes.
allowing me to share my story with everyone.
Yes, yes, no problem, no problem. I definitely appreciate you. This is what we
And
have
you
to
guys standing behind me
do.
and my family in this hard trying time, because it's definitely hard,
Yes, yes,
So
yes. And another thing, when you go to the protests, you know, be careful too.
hmm
Y'all be careful. And another thing, you know, keep your eye out. You know, try to see if he there too.
okay.
Which he probably won't be, but keep your eye out for certain people and everything. You know, you said he had a roommate. You know, you don't know if it was male or female, but a Mexican. Keep your eye out for you know, they may be viewing this right now, but keep your eye
Right.
out for any Mexicans or anybody that looks suspicious or anybody that's trying to ask questions that don't seem like
hmm
they're really concerned, but they're trying to pry and just get information, you know, that
Right.
don't really need it, you
Right.
know.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Keep because them protests can be real tricky. They slip people off in there to act like
hmm
they with your family. You know who's with your family.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah. But before we get up out of here, is there anything you need to anything you want to ask, anything you want to say?
I just want to tell everybody, just be careful. When you're dating people, just be very careful. Send your location, send pictures. To your family, because this can happen to anybody. So
Exactly.
just be
Exactly.
careful.
Exactly. Exactly. And with that said, may the universe bless you and your family and your sister's children. Yes. Yes. All righty.
Like I
Well, you
said, I
have a
appreciate you again, and
no
thanks
problem. No problem.
for letting me share my story with you guys.
Yes, no problem. No problem. I appreciate you. All righty. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate y'all for tuning in to Starwolf Entertainment TV and the Blackson. I appreciate y'all. Continue to like, share, and subscribe and share videos and make sure that y'all share this video so we continue to seek justice for Asia Maynard and her family. And with that said, peace.